Good morning, you guys, or good afternoon. So, today I wanted to talk to you about mental health and the importance of staying connected when you feel sad, when you're going through a rough time, when you're in a depressive state, and kind of my five tips on what is essential to getting you back to your natural health. So, a lot of us are now dealing with social media, anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts and actions. And it could be from a various number of things from losing a job to, moving or dealing with the stressors of just everyday life. So, what I want to talk to you guys today about are about five tips that I think work best and have worked best for me in the past. So, number one would be to work out or to get outside of the house for a minimum of 30 minutes, a maximum of unlimited potential. So they say the average of reducing stress, cardiac arrest, anxiety, or any type of those measures is going to be about 30 minutes a day. So that could be a walk around the corner, a walk to the store if it's local to you. It could be pretty much anything that you want it to be. So, I have an Apple Watch. A lot of you have Fitbits. A lot of you have like timers on your phone. So set it for at least an hour. 30 minutes minimum, an hour, just to kind of get you acclimated back to getting out and doing stuff. I have two timers on my phone where I set it to go to the gym. I'm not always successful in those attempts, but I do have an active calendar on my phone, which I will share with you guys later, that shows how I keep myself on track, just so that I'm clear. The second thing would be to find books that encourage you. So, right now, I am reading a book by Deepak called The Healing Self, and a lot of good tips on that, on how to recreate mindfulness, how to be more mindful, how to be in the present. A lot of us are so quick to pull out our phones and capture that moment, but in the actual moment, you're missing a lot. So, a lot of times, I will not post about what I'm doing or what I'm currently experiencing until a few hours later, just so that I can get the experience. I snap a really quick photo and I continue to have a conversation or converse with those that are around me. The next thing would be to elevate your circle. So I know this one is like a really big one for a lot of people, but we have people in our circle who do not believe in us, who are not supportive of us, that have this one-sided relationship mentality, that indicate that, oh, if you don't call me, I don't call you, or it's been 2 weeks and I haven't followed up with you, or you didn't call me first, or you didn't text me first, or like whatever may have you. And I understand that people have lives. We all, have our different angles, our purposes in life and things like that, and we all get busy, which is understandable. But I really want you guys to dig deeper into those relationships and the people that you would, for the term, go to hell and high water for, or what may have you. I kind of want you to put those relationships on a piece of paper and like kind of write them down and put, with this person, send me $100 if I needed it. With this person, call me, or this person visit me, or when's the last time I talked to this person, and kind of put everybody in a category to see how you need to now adjust your life according to them. The next one is going to be prayer. So prayer is going to be key to a successful, wealthy type of enrichment environment that you're embedding. So it definitely is going to be, number one key to any type of action you want to see thereafter. So it could be praying in the morning, praying at night, having select times that you want to pray. It really doesn't matter. You can have a prayer journal. You can say it out loud. You can record them. I used to write all my prayers down, and then I threw the notebook away. Not necessarily because I was ashamed of those prayers, but I felt like I had reached a point in my life where all of those prayers had been answered, and now it's time for me to start working on my second prayer journal. The next thing, or the last thing of my 5 tips that I want you guys to be conscious of is the food. So a lot of us, regardless of whether or not we want to agree, is that we have allergies, food allergies. So it could be a gluten allergy, which is pizza and bread and pasta and, carbonated drinks like soda and milk and dairy and chicken and beef. So we really need to eat foods that are conducive to our mental state. So for me, I had a stint where I would eat food and my eyes would water, my skin would be allergic, I would be irritable. And I found those foods to be red meat, in particular, dairy, onions, pasta, bread, things like that. Now, I still love those items, but now when I go out to eat, I'm kind of cautious of it, and I flush them down with tons of water. So I will be sharing some of my tips, some of my apps that I use on an everyday basis to track my water, to track my food, which I'm not tracking my food as much because I know what foods I eat, but anything that's packaged, I scan it to see how many calories it is for the portion meal that I'm trying to eat, and I'm getting a little bit healthier. So one of the things that I want you guys to focus on this week, is who you have around you, what are you eating, what are you drinking, what are you thinking about? What are you reading? Limit your time on social media as much as possible. I know that in a technology advanced world, we're always connected to the computer. We're always connected to the phone. I went about 2 weeks with not having a TV in my room, and I was peaceful. I put the phone in a different location. I didn't check it when I went to bed. I didn't check it when I first got up in the morning. So if you are one that needs a detox, I literally clear my phone out often. Text message I delete, phone calls I delete, emails I delete. If I see something that triggers something in me, anxiety-wise, I delete it. I block people on Facebook. I block people on Instagram. I literally have the most peaceful life that anyone can ever dream of. And I'm still, adjusting and advocating for some areas in my life where I think I need a little bit more help. But for those of you who have family members who have, reached out for help, or who are struggling with addiction or struggling with depression, do not be afraid to create a family group chat. Do not be afraid of advocating for those people who are losing the will to advocate for themselves. My biggest thing is that I never wanted to get a phone call for anyone in my family who had drugs or had a problem with alcohol in the middle of the night because they've crashed a car, they've gotten into a fight, or, they've gone off the deep end. So I would strongly encourage anyone that knows anyone to contact the suicidal hotline, for those of you who are struggling to reach, professional help, whether it be a psychologist, a counselor, a life coach. I will be having life coach sessions. This is something that I've been thinking about and praying about. I do not consider myself a psychologist. I do not prescribe medications. I will not prescribe medications. I am more of a holistic healer in my own right. So I have read a few blogs. I do not profess to be a professional, but I read a few blogs on things that will help with anxiety, depression, and stress, and I have used those antics in my own life, and they have shedded a lot of unwanted reactions in myself. So they have traditionally just went me, kind of calmed me down from 1,000 to a 10. I still have those moments where I get up to 100, but it's not definitely 1,000. So if you guys want more tips, you guys can follow me on all of my social media platforms. I have a link embedded into Instagram and Twitter. So if you guys want more tips, you guys can follow me, you guys can like me, you guys can @ me, DM me, and we can converse a little bit more about the topic at hand. So this this was just a quick video on 5 tips that I think would be beneficial. Things to look out for in your family members and friends if they behave erratically, if they are not acting like themselves, if they start to be disrespectful, things like that. So again, this is just a quick informal video, more to follow. If you guys like, subscribe, send me all of your comments, your suggestions, and we will do this again. Thank you.